Hey guys, today we're going to learn how to do an oil change at home and save yourself some cash. First things first, we're going to have to go over the tools and materials required in order to get the job done. First up, we have the heart of this project, the engine oil. This is the vital component in order for the engine to thrive, and it is super important to know which oil you should get based on the manufacturer's recommendations. You can find this information under the hood, printed on the oil cap. Next, we are going to need to know what oil filter we are going to use. This specification will be different for each vehicle as all motors are designed differently. You can find this information in your user's manual. The other tools we are going to need is a drain pan, as well as a ratchet, some gloves, a car jack with jack stands, or some ramps, a funnel, and finally some shop rags to clean up the mess. The next thing we are going to want to do is make sure we have the emergency brake engaged and block the rear tires to make sure the car won't accidentally roll in case the emergency brake gives out. Now that the car is all ready to go, I'm going to lay down some cardboard sheets to prevent any spills from happening on the floor. What we are going to do next is pop the hood to gain access to the oil fill cap, as well as let some light shine through the engine bay to help us see while we are under the car. This next step is a pro tip to help speed up your oil change. If you open the oil fill cap, it will release any vacuum inside the engine, allowing the oil to run more freely and empty out faster. Now that we are all ready to drain the oil, we need to go under the car to locate the oil drain plug. This specific motor has it labeled to help locate it. We can also see the oil filter beside it. Now we need to find the correct size socket as well as the appropriate ratchet to remove the drain plug. Now you're going to want to grab your oil drain pan and bring it over to your vehicle. Grab your ratchet and break the drain plug loose, but don't take it out yet. Now you are going to want to place the oil drain pan under the drain plug. Proceed to carefully unscrew the drain plug and remove it to let the oil drain out. Let the oil completely drain until it is dripping to ensure we have removed all the old oil. Now we can put the drain plug back in and make sure to check your torque spec on your user manual specifications. Now we can proceed to remove the oil filter. This can be removed by hand, and there is also tools available to help make it easier. Make sure to move the oil drain pan under the oil filter and be ready for more oil to pour out. We can now remove the drain pan from underneath the car. Ensure that the rubber gasket is still on the old filter after removing it from the vehicle. Make sure to clean up any oil with a rag before installing a new filter. Now we are going to want to prepare a new oil filter before putting it in the car. Take your finger and dip it in the new oil and lubricate the threads as well as the rubber gasket on the new filter. We can now install the new filter on the vehicle, making sure to carefully thread it on to prevent cross-threading. The filter should spin freely since we pre-lubricated it before the install. We want this hand tightened enough to make sure it is secure. Now we are all done underneath the vehicle and are ready to start adding new oil into the engine. For this, you are going to want to have a rag handy as well as a funnel to make pouring the oil into the engine easier. Before we start pouring, we are going to want to know exactly how much oil we are going to need. In this case, we have a 5-liter jug, and if we look up the specifications of our oil fill capacity, we will see that we need 3.5 liters. So now, if we subtract 3.5 from 5 liters, we are left with 1.5 liters and can now make a mark on the side of the jug, knowing exactly where we need to stop pouring. Now we can proceed to pour the oil, making sure to regularly check the jug to see how much we have left to pour to prevent overfilling the engine. Once we have added the correct amount of oil, we can now remove the funnel and put the oil cap back on the engine. We are now going to want to back the car off the ramps to make sure it is sitting flat so we can get an accurate rating when we check the dipstick. Make sure to remove the blocks from the back of the wheels before backing up the car. Now that the car is sitting flat, we can locate the dipstick and pull it out to check the oil level. We are going to want to wipe it off and place it back in and then remove it again to get an accurate reading. We are going to want to see the oil is approximately halfway up the dipstick. Once we have verified the oil level is correct, we can reinsert in the dipstick. And that's it, you're all done. Great job. You now know how to do your own oil change. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe if you found this useful and want to see more car content like this.